Hey! Welcome, everyone. You're not going to believe this, but it's another Ramble Radio, baby.
It's video.
It is, and because we're watching it. but you're not going to believe this.
What?
It's also radio. And this is number 248. How crazy is that?
248.
And this gets even better.
Yeah.
You think it's just you and I?
Yeah. Well, would it be?
Well, I don't know if you heard, there was an old interview with Herschel Walker about defending his multiple personalities.
Right.
Where he said Christ was known as the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Right.
So did he have mental health issues? The man who gave Herschel Walker that line is right here. Cody Villafana, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
That might be some of your best work, Cody.
Comparing Herschel Walker to Christ himself.
Might be some of your best work.
Yeah.
Are you one of his illegitimate children yet? Have
Oh,
we figured that out?
do we know that?
So the jury's out. We don't know. The tests haven't come back yet. But, I mean, anything is possible as we're finding out.
Now, no offense to your biological father, but are you hoping for this, Cody?
Well, I mean, I've seen how his other kids have turned out, so yes.
Yes. A big yes. All caps yes. By the way, I have to send an apology. Sadly, no longer King of the Hill. Thank you to Skeletors. But Brian Hill, I forgot his email. Yes, on Wednesday's Ramble.
Oh, no.
He just said, reading books, playing video games, greeting fellow Ramblers. This is Brian Hill, a.k.a. Seahawks fan, 1987. And I guess now King of the Hill. Sadly, not anymore.
Not anymore, Brian.
But that's okay. You're still King of the Hill in our hearts. Right now he's playing Far Cry 5. Really fun and beautiful open-world first-person shooter. It's a challenge of a game, but you guys might like it. Keep up the funnies. Go Hawks. Thank you. There you go. All right, very nice. So just had to wait to get that out of the way.
Nice.
I didn't want to screw him over.
See my the city Washington Nationals hat?
Oh, look at this.
That's right there. The cherry blossoms.
Nice.
Okay, nice.
I do the cherry blossoms.
Look at this. Has Ovi worn that hat ever?
Maybe.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty.
Maybe.
Man, look, so is he? Where does he rank all-time Washington athletes? Ovets. He's got to be up there.
The thing with Washington as a sports town has never had great They've had great teams,
right? And
they've won championships as teams, but they've never had these because it was a football town for the longest time until Snyder ruined that, and then the Nationals, of course, won a World Series. But I wouldn't say there was any superstar in there. They got rid of Bryce Harper and then won a World Series,
right?
And then the Caps, I guess, the only team where they've actually really had sort of a quote unquote star in Ovechkin.
So if there's a Washington sports Mount Rushmore, Ovi's in.
I mean, he's on there. It's probably him, Riggins, Daryl Green.
Has to be Green.
It's all Washington.
It's him and then football players after him, right?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Screaming, you like that.
Maybe Wes Unseld, maybe. I don't know. With the Bullets back in the 70s.
Yeah. That's not bad.
There's not much. Sammy Ball, but he played so long ago.
Man, that's it.
They've never had it was always the problem as a kid when you were a kid and a fan of a Washington team. You're like, whose jersey do I get? You did. There was no you definitely have to have Aikman. There was no definite
Well, so Cody, if you do San Antonio, it has to be Duncan Robinson, Iceman, and then who? Who's your fourth guy? Do you put Ginobili over Parker? Do you put Parker over Ginobili?
I think you probably just have to go with Parker, Robinson, Ginobili, and Duncan. I think you have to leave Gervin out.
Leave Gervin out because he never won a ring.
He never won a ring, and it's again one of those things where I think sometimes old timers are a little bit more held in higher esteem.
Sure.
When in reality, you've got all of those guys who have at least 3 or 4 championships each. I think really they all have 4 each, except for Duncan, who has 5. So,
yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I think that's just the way it is.
That's not a bad one. Dallas. It'd have to be Staubach.
Is it all Cowboys and Dirk?
I think it's Staubach, Emmett Smith, Dirk.
got to be Madonna's got to be
and maybe
fourth.
Madonna. I think Madonna. I mean, he did bring the Stars a Stanley Cup, and he was like the best guy for so long.
Madonna also made hockey popular in the South, not just in Texas, but in the South. That led to like getting the Florida Panthers and the Lightning and stuff like that, and showing that it worked in the South. God,
when Madonna in his prime was just immaculate hockey. That guy, God, there was just, I mean.
And the Stars are popular in Dallas. They're a big thing.
They're big.
I mean, every time I go there, it's
games are always packed.
Always packed. You see stuff around the city, like it's.
And to sad, I mean, maybe this changes soon, but they haven't replaced him yet. There's been a void since that dude has left with the Stars. Like, so, I think Dirk, as great as he was, I mean, Mavs fans are already ultra excited about Luka. You know what I mean? And, Staubach, you had Aikman, and, there's always, but
that's the thing is, I think unless there's a guy like really like almost waiting there, like a Tim Duncan with a David Robinson or a Luka with a Dirk or a Steve Young with a Joe Montana or Aaron Rodgers with Brett, unless there's that guy just absolutely sitting there waiting, and as soon as he steps in, he's the guy. If you don't find him like right away, I think it takes years to find another one.
Look at the Cowboys. They came kind of close with Romo. Yeah. I think had Romo, I think, was talented enough to do shit, but Jones didn't give him an offensive line until he had no back left. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like by the time he got a good line. But the thing is,
if you don't, even Romo was 6 years after Aikman retired.
Yeah.
It takes a while to find. If you don't find the guy like right away, have him waiting there to step in.
It's rough, man.
It takes years to find someone else. It never happens like 2 years later they found a new guy. It doesn't work. It never works that way.
Man. So how much were you rooting for Quincy Carter to be the Cowboys quarterback for like a decade?
That was the greatest press conference ever when Jerry Jones announced him as the starter. I was so excited.
Couldn't even take off his sunglasses indoors, Jones, for that press conference.
He was so coked up. He could not even.
I remember all of us were like, what the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? Oh, man. But, guys, this is a big Ramble radio.
Get down to brass tacks.
It's brass tacks time. It's first off, Cody, do you think Cody should bring up what he brought up to us?
Probably.
Rest in peace. It's been a few days. Cody, go ahead, Cody. Speak your piece. I think you're right.
You have the floor, Cody.
Yeah, well, rest in peace to the Goose.
Tony Siragusa.
The late great Tony.
Yeah.
Siragusa.
A really enjoyable TV personality and
he was.
And a good football player.
Always on the sidelines. Nobody wanted him in the booth.
No.
Yeah.
And I think Cody has a reason for this.
I think for a good reason.
Which is just asking the question we're all asking, which is, normally when you get into any kind of establishment where you're enshrined, there's a waiting period after you retire and after you've been away. And I say forego the Stall of Fame waiting period and let's.
I think we lift that. Yeah.
He's in. Tony Siragusa posthumously inducted into our L. Ron Hubbard room clearing dump Stall of Fame. How do we not? I think you're absolutely right. It's a done deal.
It was an oversight on our part.
Yes,
quite honestly.
Yes.
When people were afraid to be in a booth with you, that they actually kept you on the sidelines. That speaks volume.
That lets you know this guy could rip at any minute.
This guy is dangerous and needs to be outdoors at all times.
And there were times when he would do his commentary and you wouldn't see him. So maybe he was in some toilet in the arena, just watching on a tablet and telling.
I think this is a fair thing. I think I can get away with saying this, that he's probably dropped a deuce in every stadium in the league.
What an achievement!
If not clogged every toilet
at least
every stadium.
He's at least
he's ruined at least one handicap stall in every stadium in the league.
In the NFL.
I feel safe saying that. I think that's a statement of fact.
I think you're right.
Absolute statement of fact.
Oh, well, there we go. Rest in peace to the Goose, Tony Siragusa. And yes, he's in automatically. Ramble Corporate just gave me the nod. It's happening.
It's happening.
He's in. Now, boy, do we have ourselves a tourney. So we are ready.
All Ramblers on deck for this one, right?
All Ramblers on deck. We need you to vote. This should be up by the time this airs, right? It should be by the time you listen to this. It should be ready, and we're just gonna start. I'm just gonna start laying out the brackets here. Here's what we're dealing with. I don't know. I didn't really think of naming divisions, but bracket number 1. Are we ready? You ready?
Okay.
First round matchup. We have the 1 seed, Mr. Belvedere, going up against the 6 seed, Duckworth from the DuckTales.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Okay.
I mean,
no upset there. There's
no upset there. No upset, I think, also in this same bracket. We have the 2 seed, Alfred from Batman, going up against the replacement for Mrs. Garrett in Different Strokes, Pearl.
I mean, that could be a forfeit. She may not even make the tournament.
She might not make it. And now 3 and 4, I think, is the first good fight that we have. We have Tony from Who's the Boss at number 3 going against the 4 seed Alf from Alf. I think that's right.
Wow. Somebody may not live through that one.
No, right. And I know they battled in the ratings, but I don't know if did they battle? I wonder if they ever went head to head in the rate. Were they on the same network? I don't even remember. But a big battle.
I think Who's the Boss was ABC.
Yes.
I think Alf was NBC.
Right.
I believe. I could be wrong.
This is all right. So now we can move on to the next bracket.
Wow, I'm doing my prediction for that bracket.
Go ahead.
In the finals of that bracket, I think you got Mr. Belvedere and Tony Danza. I think Who's the Boss?
Okay.
And Mr. Belvedere fight it out in that one.
I was saying Belvedere Alf.
Okay. I mean,
Cody,
it's a toss up.
Right. Mm-hmm. Cody, do you have any thoughts on this? Alf is easier at getting Belvedere's nuts. He has an easier angle. That's the only thing.
I think Belvedere wants Tony Danza to win.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to face Alf.
He doesn't want to face Alf. He's rooting.
So, I mean, I think I actually want to bring something up here, which...
This is so stupid.
Which maybe we didn't think through completely.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Which is that after the first round here, we're going to be left with 3 contestants per bracket. So like, is it a tornado 3-way match?
I think that might be the most exciting. I think that might be the most exciting way to do this. So let's.
So you don't have to make any changes. It's just that.
Wait, even with the 4 brackets, it will equal out to that, won't it?
It'll be left with 12. No, I mean, technically speaking, we could re-bracket them, or we could do a triple threat match in each bracket to determine
that's
the
exciting. Winner. That's exciting. I triple threat sounds really good, but
I wouldn't mind a triple threat match.
I wouldn't mind. The Ramblers, you have your say too. Emails, ramble@theramblepod.com.
Yeah, because we're going to be left with 12 people after this round.
Yes.
So we can either re-bracket them. Or we can do 3 triple threat matches for each one.
Oh, my. Oh, this is exciting. Either way, you, the Rambler, are the winners here. Mm-hmm.
So let's get to the first round, and next week we'll decide if we re-bracket or do triple threat.
Yeah.
So for the next bracket,
okay,
your number 1 seed, I think this is something we all agreed on. I would not do this to Cody, so I'm doing this for Cody. The number 1 seed, clearly Marla Gibbs, Flo from the Jeffersons.
Yes.
Going up against the number 6 seed from Good Times, Bookman. I think it's a squash. I think Flo just mops the floor with Bookman on Good Times. This one might... I think it's a squash too, but we have Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as your 2 seed. Hold on 1 moment. I have to let someone in. Give me 1 second.
Oh, boy.
Wow. Who's coming in? Is it Hacksaw?
I actually know who...
All right, here we go.
You know who's coming in?
Yeah.
The door buzz.
Schmerelson?
Of course. Look at him. God, he just
how emasculating is it that you have to let him in?
Let him in.
That's part of the deal, right? She can't get the door. You have to
Right.
let him in.
He doesn't even sneak in anymore. He just
And does he even look at you as he walks in back to the bedroom? Or does he just walk by?
He just pretends I'm not even here.
I mean, what he does is he takes off the $ necklace and just drops it on the ground. And you have to pick it up.
Exactly. If Andrea doesn't want to do any freaky stuff with it.
Yeah.
That happens too. But yeah. So this one I think Eddie, Cody, is this squash potential? Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
Going up against the 5 seed, Charles from Charles in Charge. I think Jeffrey squashes him, but I don't know.
There's a lot of rage in Charles.
There's a lot of rage in Scott Baio.
Rage in there. There's a lot of anger in there. Jeffrey always.
But there's also like a silent assassin feel with Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's
Jeffrey seems dangerous, but
yeah.
I don't know if he's got the emotion.
I don't know if he needs it. That's what I mean. Like, he's like Hannibal Lecter. He doesn't need the emotion.
True, but sometimes just pure rage in a fight can win.
Right. That'd be interesting. And then we have our 3
And there may be no one angrier on the planet than Scott Baio.
Scott Baio. Okay, if that battle happens now, I think it goes to Baio. But it's Charles from Charles in Charge.
Yeah.
So he might be too busy trying to like fuck all the underage girls on the show.
That's true.
He
could be preoccupied with the
Nicole Eggert. Yeah. So we have your 3 seed, Fran from The Nanny.
Okay.
Going up against Vicky.
Our SAG president.
SAG president, Fran Drescher, going up against Vicky from Small Wonder. There we go. The 3 and 4 seeds.
I'm taking Flo in this bracket.
Yes. Who do you think Flo beats at the end of this bracket if it's reseeded?
I think she's going up against Vicky. And
you think she smokes Vicky?
I don't think it's a smoke. I think there's going to be foreign objects involved. I think this may need a cage to contain it.
But you still see Flo coming out of this one. I do too.
I see Flo coming out of this.
Wait.
That's
Cody? We all know Cody sees Marla Gibbs coming out of it.
We already know. We don't have to spend time on this.
We know Marla Gibbs is getting past. So, on our next bracket, we have our third 1 seed. From Maude and Good Times, the one and only Florida Evans.
Oof.
Taking on, and I feel bad for this one, the 6 seed, Schneider from One Day at a Time. I think this guy is not going to know what hit him. It's going to be like when LaMotta got his title shot in Raging Bull. The bell rings, Schneider looks up, and Flo is just on him, just already connecting.
That's a tough one.
It's a tough one. I think.
Snyder's got the reach. Snyder has the reach on her.
It doesn't matter. She's a bull. She's a bull in a china shop.
And if she can withstand that initial flurry of Snyder,
it's over.
She can get up in there under that reach. It's over.
Eddie, how many people had a reach advantage over Tyson? Everybody.
Everybody.
Didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
I'm telling you, right. I'm taking Florida Evans.
She's going to take that jean vest, pull it over his head.
And fuck him up.
And just fuck him up.
We have the 2 seed, Lurch from the Addams Family.
Okay.
Going up against the 5 seed, Cody, I want you to take Alpha 5 from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Frankenstein versus Alpha 5 is what we have.
Wow.
For the 2 and 5.
This might be our biggest differential in generational gap.
Yes, a massive generation gap here. Massive. And then this might be met with controversy here, but the 3 seed, Rosie from the Jetsons, going against the 4 seed. He's back. Hervé Villachez, Tattoo from Fantasy Island. Eddie, I think that I think so far is the best fight in the initial. So far, I think that's the best fight. It's either that or Alf and Tony. If as far as the first round matchups go,
right? I mean, outside of the Florida Evans Schneider matchup and the 1 and 6 seed, the other ones you're going against. You have a Frankenstein, you have a robot, you have another robot in Alpha 5, correct?
And Hervé Villachez, yes.
And then Hervé. It's a crapshoot as to who wins any of those, because how do you judge those?
Right, it's gonna be so. You say the best fight so far in this bracket is that the first round? The best first round matchups are in this bracket. You think?
The most compelling, I think. The most compelling.
I don't think you're wrong. Bracket. I don't think you're wrong.
This is the most diverse fight group I've ever seen in a bracket.
Absolutely. Now, wait till this one, though. I think this.
Who do you see coming out of this bracket, though?
Oh, it's Florida Evans, no question.
You think Florida
Evans? Yes. Florida Evans.
Don't sleep on Hervé.
I'm not sleeping on Hervé.
Don't sleep on Hervé.
I think it's Florida Evans, Hervé, And I think it's going to be one of the greatest fights we've ever seen in our lives when those two go at it.
Do not sleep on Hervé.
I think it's going to be Hervé's
coming in with purpose. He was robbed.
He was robbed of the Stall of Fame.
Hervé's coming in with purpose.
An attitude. So but I think,
and Florida Evans should be considered for a future Stall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely. How Esther Roll isn't already in it is weird. That's a weird one. But yes, yeah, absolutely.
But don't sleep on Hervé.
That's who I'm thinking comes out. I think it's Florida versus Hervé. I think that Florida Evans versus Tattoo is to win this bracket. Now we have our fourth bracket.
And our fourth and final bracket.
This is a squash. I don't care. There's no chance. You have your number 1 seed, Nell from Give Me a Break, going against Tweaky from Buck Rogers.
Is this Jake the Snake versus SD Jones?
Yes, it's over in 3 seconds.
She just takes that little robot off the top of his chest and breaks it over his bowl cut.
And just kills him. Just rips.
Beady.
It's just
beady.
Now this is, I think, where it's going to get tough. We have the number 2 seed. This is where the number 2 seeds and 3 are just not easy for anybody.
Yeah.
We have Alice from the Brady Bunch at the 2 seed going against Niles, also from the Nanny, as the 5 seed.
It's our first person from the same show that we've had.
Yes. So the Nanny has 2 representatives, Fran and Niles. And we have Alice from the Brady Bunch going after Niles from the Nanny with the 5 seed. I think that's a damn good fight.
That's pretty good.
I think that is. You would think conventional wisdom says it's Alice, but I don't know.
If Alice is allowed to use her knives, I don't know if Niles has a chance.
Yeah, that's what's gonna hurt. That's what's gonna hurt.
If Alice can use her knives.
It's tough, but
she's a tough out for anybody if she can use the knives.
But Niles is deadly with just a feather duster.
True.
So I don't know. This is
true.
And then we have here's what I think is the match of the first round so far.
Buried at the 3 and 4 seed.
Buried at the 3 and 4 seed. I think we have Benson at the number 3 seed. Eddie from Benson. How do you pick a winner? Going up against Mrs. Garrett from Different Strokes. My God. That is going to be rough.
I personally would have liked to seen Pearl and Mrs. Garrett in the same bracket. I would have liked to seen.
Okay, well they might meet up.
There's bad blood there.
There's bad blood. There's a
lot of bad blood there between Pearl and Mrs. Garrett.
That's very true. It's very, very true. But I think Benson, Mrs. Garrett is a hell of a battle.
I think that's a good Garrett. I would like to see a Benson versus where's it? Where's it at? I just saw it. Who's a Jeffrey? A Jeffrey versus
Benson Jeffrey. That'd be amazing
because they have the same vibe.
A very similar vibe.
Very similar. Like, hey, I was Secret Service at one point.
Right. They both have that.
I've done some shit.
Eddie, we might see that. That might happen. It just depends. But
so I think we can be excited about some future matchups if we get some people out of these brackets that we don't think are getting. Like, I don't see Benson coming out of this bracket.
But no one's getting past Nell from Give Me a Break. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see anybody getting past Nell. But if he does, he tweaks by, and we get a Jeffrey versus Benson matchup in the Final Four. Wow.
I still see. I'm still calling Nell Belvedere. That's the Fraser Ali of this.
My final four. I got Belvedere. I'm not sleeping on.
But you have Belvedere coming out of bracket one.
I got Belvedere and Flo.
Okay. Yep.
East.
Yep.
And the West.
Yeah.
North and South. I'm not sleeping on Tattoo. I got Tattoo, Flo, Belvedere, and Nell.
Wow, that's an interesting. Cody,
that's my final four.
Do you have one yet?
Definitely Belvedere.
Yeah.
In the second bracket, I mean, Flo has to. Yeah.
Of course.
We gotta go.
That goes without saying.
What am I saying?
Right.
In bracket number 3, though, I think bracket number 3 is maybe the most open.
Yeah,
bracket,
it is.
Where I think it could go to anyone.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a bracket of. I think those are that. This is like the this is like the NFC East of the brackets, where it's like someone else is going to get there just by not sucking the least, right?
Right.
So I think whoever wins out of bracket 3 is getting squashed by Nell in the
next.
They're going to beat each other up, and it's just going to be easy pickings for Nell coming out of that fourth bracket.
Right.
Yeah.
So I see Belvedere Flo for sure.
Yeah.
I see Nell, of course. I think it's either going to be Florida Evans, Lurch, or Tattoo. Also, I think it's one of the.
So it seems to be we're all in agreement except for that third bracket where that's where there's some.
That's where the question. That's the guesswork. That's where.
And I'm taking Tattoo. I'm taking Tattoo.
I'm almost with Eddie. It's like if it's a toss-up, then Hervé has just as good a chance as any.
I mean. I can easily see Florida Evans just exhausted, bloodied on her knees, and Hervey just stands behind her and just snaps her neck right there in front of everyone.
I mean, the bell rings, Hervey does a flying drop kick right into her fupa.
Right.
I mean, it's over. It's over.
Well, I think Florida can withstand that. I'm not saying she doesn't lose, but I think she could still get a few swings. But the only problem is she's like, who's that fucking fighter who lost to the Gypsy King? Lost Deontay Wilder. Florida's got that punch, man. If she can get you, it's over. If she can connect, that's it. But
she's not. She's used to punching up here, okay?
Right?
She's not, Hervé is waist
down.
level. That throws off your punch. You got to change how you're fighting style.
Ooh, this is gonna be amazing. I think the 1 seeds are locks, except for that third bracket. But you know what? I'm going to be a front runner, and I'm just going to pick all 1 seeds. I think all the 1 seeds make it out.
All right.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's why they're 1 seeds.
That's why they're 1 seeds. I think all the 1 seeds make it out. I think it's. Oh man. Cody, do we need to get pictures? Do we have pictures to put? Can we do that, or do we just have to hope that they know who we're talking about?
Yeah, we may have to put the burden on Googling here.
Yeah, so you guys just go if you need any. We'll have the brackets there, and if you're curious as to what they look like, go ahead and Google, and you give you a better example of who's fighting who. But man, so there it is. Get your votes in for round 1. This is man. This is going to be intense. This is going to be
fight of the ages.
Fight of the ages. I mean, man, what a whoo! I can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop thinking about this. Is this? Oh man.
Fortunately, we have to.
Oh yeah, I know. We have to. Someone's going to lose, and I hate to do this, but this has to kind of have an unhappy ending because we have contractual obligations.
Skeletor. We just went through this huge bracket of TV butlers and maids and such. Do you have a favorite going into this bracket here?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me this. I've laboriously pored over this to try to figure out who's going to win. And are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
I have my pick.
Okay.
Coming out of the entire thing is my man, Mr. Belvedere. That's who I'm picking. That's my guy. I don't know if you know this, but we've been friends for a long time, the Belv and I, so I can't root against him. He's my all-time homie to the max. He's going to win this thing. And to be honest, insider information, but his nuts are stronger than ever. Okay? I just want to let you guys know that his nuts are more powerful than they've ever been, so good luck to anyone who wants to have a cheap shot on his testicles, because you're in for a surprise. All right? His nuts are very powerful. I've tried poking them with a sword. Nothing. So he's gone through a lot of intensive training after he sat on them and was out of commission. I was there when he sat on his nuts, by the way, guys. So it was a rough day. But, I was behind him. I visited him in the hospital daily. brought him flowers, get well wishes, and I think he's gonna do much better because, he was unconscious when this happened, but I did him a solid. I dipped his nuts in the most magical, powerful part of Eternia, He-Man's mother's pussy! And now it's given him regenerative powers, and they're impenetrable. So that's my pick. Okay? I bet you didn't think I'd make a joke about He-Man's mother's pussy with such a serious topic, but there I go. Oh, boy. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Belvedere, huh?
There you go. Sorry, Cody.
Yeah, it's a long road to get there, but we got
Yeah,
there.
we finally got there.
By the way, out of all the contestants, Tweaky from Bruck Rogers has the worst tasting vagina. All right.
Okay. Just plug yourself, Cody, so we can get out of it. Just plug before it goes worse.
Alice, surprisingly not bad. Alice, surprisingly not bad. You'd think it would just be, cobwebs and just big old, just bushes of pubes all over. But it was delicious. Okay.
Just plug yourself, Cody, so we can.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying.
Where is he going with all of this? My God.
Boy.
Jesus Christ. Cody, where can all the fine folk find you, please?
Cinesnob Cody on Twitter. Cinesnob Podcast, wherever you get podcasts. Please leave us a review. This week we're covering Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
Oh, have you seen it?
Not yet.
What's the word?
Bizarre. Strange. I know some people who have really liked it. I know some people who have thought it's terrible. I have truly no idea what.
Isn't that every Baz Luhrmann movie?
Pretty much, yeah.
You either think, oh, this is really good, or what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think what's going to be off-putting is how true to the character, to the person Tom Hanks is playing Colonel Tom Parker. Because I assume most people think he was just a redneck and not a dude from like Iceland, wherever the fuck he was from. You know what I mean? And so I think that's going to be weird. I let me know when you see it what you think.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I have heard is that whatever Tom Hanks is doing is just weird, just flat out weird.
Wow,
that's
like
not
an
usually
interesting
him
choice.
though. He usually doesn't make those choices.
Yeah.
What was that one Coen Brothers movie, The Lady Killers? That was pretty.
Oh yeah.
He was pretty
but I mean,
weird in that.
that's based off an old Alec Guinness film.
Right.
He was sort of
right.
playing. He was, but nothing like this seems like way different than anything he's ever tried before.
Yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's. I wonder if he's gonna be just thinking about fucking Elvis the whole movie. If that's what they're gonna hint at, that Colonel Tom Parker just wanted to bang Elvis the whole time. That's. I mean,
could be.
Man, that's. Well, yeah. Let us. So, and then, if you get enough likes, you're in Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And we can fix this Crocodile Dundee snafu that's been haunting film notice.
We can fix the Leprechaun in the Hood issue.
Yes,
bring that up.
Right, but boost that Leprechaun in the Hood
guys.
numbers. So do that. Get to like and get to anything else you're reviewing, or is it just an all Elvis all the time episode?
No, we're also reviewing The Black Phone, the new Scott Derrickson.
Have you seen that
movie.
one?
Not yet. I
What's
was supposed to see it last night, but I couldn't.
What's the word on The Black Phone?
Apparently, it's very good.
Okay, all right.
Very positive buzz behind that one so far.
Nice. All right. Yeah, it looks creepy.
Yeah,
it looks creepy.
I think it's Derrickson's first since Doctor Strange. I think
you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that's true. Wow. All right. Well, there we go. Man, that's. Whew. I'm really curious on Elvis because Andrea is dying to see it, and so we're gonna have to go. But I just want to know what I'm getting into, Cody. So
yeah,
because it's funny, she really didn't think much of Moulin Rouge, and that's one of those Luhrmann movies where it's you either love it or you're like, what the fuck is this? But it's interesting to have him do that style on something that really happened. You know what I mean? Like that's where it's going to be. Yeah, interesting. All right, Eddie, where can everybody find you, buddy?
5 days a week, Patreon.com. The Ralph Report, and then Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, we got Ramble.
Look at that. And you can find me at the same Ramble places you can find these fine folk. I'm back on Twitch, twitch.tv/retro Rocha, 8:30 p.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. I might move that. I might do it at like 5:30 Pacific so it's easier on the East Coast and Central America folks. But so there's that. And then I'm also finally going to start doing some more YouTube videos, all that good shit. You know where to find us. You know where to love us. Go do it. Get your votes in, baby, because next Friday's Ramble Radio, it's round 2.
Oh, yeah.
How exciting. Ooh. Whew. Very exciting. So stay safe. We love you all. Take care, everybody. Bye.